So I was just about to do a segment solely on how CNN has been blatantly ignoring Andrew Yang. It's pretty ridiculous. But then this other thing just popped up on my radar, and this elevates the story to an even more absurd level. It's as if MSNBC was trying to one-up CNN. Take a look at this. They threw up this graphic the other day while covering the 2020 primaries, and they have 10 candidates up there. But who's not up there? Well, again, Andrew Yang is not up there, even though he's raised more money than six of the candidates they have up there. Amy Klobuchar, Michael Bennet, Julian Castro, Marianne Williamson, Cory Booker, and Tulsi Gabbard. He's outraised all of them by a lot. I'm pretty sure he's also polling ahead of all of those people. If not all six of them, at least a few of them. So it doesn't make any sense at all that he's not up there. He's ahead of those six people. Now, who else is obviously not up there? Bernie Sanders. I mean, Bernie Sanders is arguably ahead of everybody up on that graphic. He's outraised everybody, and he's essentially in a statistical tie for first place with Biden and Warren. So when you add that all up, wouldn't that make him the front runner? So, I mean, it's just so blatant that they intentionally left those guys off. It's not an oversight, it wasn't a mistake. And what's really funny about this image is if you just look carefully at how the graphic is laid out, they've got a row of three people on top, then four people in the middle, and then three people on the bottom. They easily could have put two more people up there. They could have just had three rows of four. I mean, look at all that negative white space. So, I mean, somebody really went out of their way to leave Bernie and Yang off of this graphic. I should also point out that they left off Beto O'Rourke. That's not as ridiculous because he's not really a top candidate anymore. I think he's way down in the polls and his fundraising is way down. So that's a little more defensible. But yeah, just ridiculous that they blacked out Bernie and Yang like that. And then here's some other funny ones. This was on CNN a few days ago. This was supposed to show us the top five fundraisers at that time. Now, Elizabeth Warren isn't up there because she had not yet reported her numbers. But Yang had, and he was in fifth place with $10 million. But they put up Cory Booker with $6 million. Must have just been a mistake, right? It's so absurd. Here's another one from back in August, and this was showing what the latest polling data uh, was putting people at. And they've got Beto O'Rourke up there at 1%, even though Yang was ahead of him. I think Yang was 3, 4, maybe even 5%. Again, that's not a mistake. The dude's at 1%, and you put him up instead of a guy who was at like 3 or 4% at that time. So anyway, it's it's unfortunate, but I also have to laugh at it because it's just so ridiculous.